to Splashin' Blue Goldfish. Today we're going to be talking about what's better, goldfish or koi in your backyard pond. People think that it's a no-brainer, you'd rather get koi. But in some cases, kois don't in smaller ponds or in certain temperature ranges, where goldfish can be a better suited fish for your pond. So when it comes to the decision, here are the things you have to think about before buying one or the other. First thing to decide when choosing goldfish or koi is how many do you want. Koi like to live in schools, which is 3 or more, where goldfish can live 1 and prefer a partner, which is two goldfish. So if you want 3 koi, which is the bare minimum, you have to have an 150-gallon pond. If you want 2 goldfish, which is basically the bare minimum, but you can go only 1 goldfish. But for our example here, if you only want 2 goldfish, you only have to have a 30-gallon pond or tank, whereas koi, you have to have an 150-gallon tank. So whatever you have room for is fine. Just remember that they live in schools and you will have multiple fish, which means more waste, more ammonia, more nitrates, and more water changes. So if you're looking for less work but a great fish, then you should go with a goldfish. But if you're looking for something beautiful that is more work but you can handle it and that can live in a big tank, then you're looking for a koi. So keep this in mind when deciding. Second thing to decide when choosing koi or goldfish is how much water do you have. When choosing goldfish or koi, make sure you have a big enough tank for each. For goldfish, the rule of thumb is 20 gallons for your first fish, and then 10 gallons for every other fish that you add. And for koi, the rule is 50 gallons per fish, and if they're a baby, you can do 30 gallons per fish. Third thing to remember when keeping goldfish or koi is what you will do in the winter. If you have an indoor aquarium, that is perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about either. Refer to the first 2 things to see if you should get a goldfish or koi. Now for ponds, if it gets below 32 degrees where you live, make sure that you should consider what you will do in the winter. If you bring them inside, you don't need to worry about the third rule. But if you keep them outside during the cold months, then you need to think about what you will do. In months where it drops below 32, you need to make sure the pond doesn't completely freeze and has air exchange at the top. Koi are much better for being outside during the winter because they are known to stay alive longer outside in the cold weather. Where goldfish are known to be able to survive cold weather and cold winters as long as it doesn't freeze over, but goldfish do not have as much of a reputation for being great winter survivors as koi do. So when figuring out what you should do in the winter, make sure you decide if you are able to take care of goldfish during the winter, inside or outside, and make sure you know what you should do and how to do it properly. Personally, I like goldfish better than koi. I like goldfish better because they stay small, they live long still, and they can live in the winter still. Where koi just get too big, make too much of a mess, and are too much maintenance. I personally choose goldfish because of those reasons, and I will give you a tour of all my goldfish. In my goldfish pond, I have 3 panda goldfish, 1 oranda, 2 lionheads, 1 ranchu, and 1 fantail. Overall, my pond is a great fit, and I love it with all the goldfish in it. Certain people may like koi better, or it might be a better fit for them. But personally, I love goldfish, and I will always be a goldfish more than a koi person.